We got music, baby. I am back. Mark, why the hell are you doing? Why the hell are you doing this at 5 p.m. Eastern? I had the itch, you know. Sometimes you just want to get back in the game after you've been out for a while. I'm doing this for a couple reasons. One, sick music, by the way. AI generated within Restream. I was excited to come back to Restream and be like, I think this is my first episode, my first live stream on my channel. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can see me. I think it's working. I don't even know. It's been a minute. It's been like almost 3 months. I have to check because I'm skeptical. Oh, we got a live button there. I think it's working. And I think the music, you let me know if the music is too high, too low, etc. But, man, I'm excited to be back. Look, it's just going to be an impromptu, obviously, from the title. Here's why. A couple reasons. I want to make sure I get all this stuff out of my phone there, so we're all centered on the stream. I don't expect anybody to come to this. Random, obviously. But I do want to do this for a couple reasons. The first reason is that I am going to be actually having another live stream on this channel. I know it's been a long time. I'm going to be having another live stream on Monday. I believe it's at 1 p.m. Eastern. I will promote this better, obviously, but it's going to be with Andrew Palmer. Super excited to chat with him. He's got some cool things going on over at Adarim. And so I need to get back into this. Need to do one by myself, just so I remember how to speak to the camera live, because I've been speaking to the camera a lot if you haven't been seeing some of the stuff. But yeah, trying out the music, saw that as a feature, so that's kind of cool. The main reason that I decided to turn on the camera was thus. I have people reach out to me and they say, hey, Mark, we would love, or like, you know, can you please help me do something? Can you please help me with this data? Most of the time it's like data architecture, CPT stuff, because that's what I'm best at. And it's like, hey, can you go do this? Or can you help me do this or whatever? And a lot of times I do have that. If you go to markszymanski.co/consulting, there's an offer there and you can click on that and you can book some time with me, because I think it's important to be able to book time with people if you do need that. However, I am very empathetic to the fact that not everyone can book that time based on pricing or whatever. So yeah, I mean, there's alternatives. The alternatives are, you know, if it's a one-on-one, that's obviously there needs to be some value in that. I can't just be doing that, you know, for free completely. But in certain cases, especially when you tell me what the problem is, you as in general, I'm more than interested. I'm more than happy to jump on and maybe make some content that could potentially help some other people out. So that's what we're doing here today. I have a kind of a little notepad here that I will share my screen and show you. And we're just going to dive in and we're going to just play around with something for less than an hour, because I want to see what I can do, if I can figure it out. And yeah, shouldn't be too hard, but we'll see what happens. So slide over here. Damn, we back. So I spun up a little InstaWP site, and very interestingly, I didn't know that they gave you 48 hours for free, so that's pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. I don't know how I feel about the music. Is it distracting? I feel like it might be distracting. But anywho, I just went to this online notepad. I'm just going to read this here to you real quick. This is, you know, an amended version of the request, the situation, the issue, the problem, etc. And yeah, let's see what we can do here. So I need to have custom post types for cities and for places of interest. Okay, cities, no problem, but some cities share places of interest. So I need to be able to have some of them apply to multiple cities, because a lot of them, or they're all there's a bunch of small towns up together on the Wasatch Front. I don't know where that is, but that's a place that we're talking about. The other problem I'm having is getting these places of interest to display on the same page as the template for the city information content. I need to read that one again. The other problem I'm having is getting these places of interest to display on the same page as the template for the city. Okay. And if I was using bricks, this probably wouldn't be a problem, but this is a Bloxy theme. Ouch. And I don't dig into code much. Well, neither do I. So we're not going to be doing that. I will try on the Bloxy theme, but ultimately I might end up just trying this on bricks or something. Because actually, we'll see. I might take that back. Try to avoid it, but they're not graded. I also remember that you use Crockablock plugins. That's another thing I want to talk about here. I was taking a look at them. I have a license for them. I never use them. Moved in a different direction. Lex, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. So some of the solutions, I need doing this. Makes it a lot easier. So thoughts. Okay, well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to jump in and we're going to try to do this. So what do we have to do? We're going to install the Bloxy theme because I've never used that in my life. And I don't know how it's going to go. And if it doesn't go, then it doesn't go. It's really that simple. And this might, I would assume maybe it's the premium theme too, which I am not going to buy. So maybe we're SOL before we even get started here on this option. I don't know. So yeah. All right. So now what do we got? So we got the Bloxy theme. I'm really not sure about the music. It's kind of distracting to me, but I don't know. Regardless, I would like to make the, so in the question, it's ACF, but I don't think ACF is the way to go. So here's the thing. Jet Engine like lets you do so much extra shit. That's why I love it, because if you ever get into a pickle like this, it's not really a big deal when your stack is refined, but if you deal with stuff like this and you don't have Jet Engine, mjs.link/Crockablock, go check it out. But I mean, in this case, I really do want to just build them with Jet Engine. Just build out the little custom post types real quick, because I don't want to deal with the potential problems that this is going to show me. Because I didn't even work in Block World that often, and this is just kind of a nightmare already. So let's tinker. Yep, that's not where we want to be. Actually, no, we're going in the wrong spot. Let's go over here. So I'm assuming this is like, what does Bloxy do? Yep, don't care about any of that. I believe, I'm not sure. See, I'm not sure if this is like one of those situations where like you have to pay for custom post types. It might be. It might be. What does design do? Okay, style patterns. Got it. All right, let me go to pages. Let's make a new page here. Get out of that. Home. Boom, boom. Boom. Okay, great. What do we got Bloxy-wise here? I think Jet Engine is going to be the way to go for this. I'm almost like 100% certain. But I'll try with Bloxy for 5 minutes because I don't like this idea. Let's see. So, do you even get any like cool stuff with this? Do you get anything with this? Am I going nuts? Text, media, design. Yeah, these look all default stuff. Okay, theme. Yes, that's looks like default shit to me for the most part. Maybe not. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna back out. We're gonna go do my favorite thing real quick. We're gonna go to Jet Engine, post types rather. So we're gonna do city. So city, and actually no, cities. We'll do cities here. If I could spell, there we go. Cities. Come on, do it for me. No, there we go. All right. All right, we're going cities, and then we're going city. So we're creating these in Jet Engine, and then we're coming down to here. I don't really care about this. We'll do a little globe, though. That works. And yeah, I don't really care too much about other stuff. I'm not exactly sure. So like the title would be like the actual name of the city. I'm not familiar with where exactly this is in the world. But let's do it like, I don't know, America wise. Let's do like just like population, and we'll make that a number. Where's our number at? Number. That's fine. So like population of the city, whatever, and other things for numbers. You know, I should have used the little website builder thing. That would have been sick. I'm pivoting. What website do you want to build? What functionality do you need? I haven't even used this thing in a while. I need a... Wait a second. Why are we typing? When we have voice. Okay, let's go. Okay. I need a website with custom post types of cities and interests. And then on the cities single, there will be interests, different points of interest and things like that. The two CPTs need to be related because of that. And many interests can belong to more than one city. If I said that right. I think. Yeah. Did I say that right? I think I did. What functionality you need? That's pretty much the functionality right there. What the hell? What if I just type it in again? Did I do something wrong? Does it have to be longer than that? What the hell are we doing here? Or maybe it's... yeah, that stupid thing doesn't actually register it in there properly. Functionality, what the... I don't know. It's the same shit. I blended them. I need a custom host. And now my prompt is too long. Let's just do... I don't know. See how it does. I've seen this work before. I just haven't used it. Supported core feature of the city. Meta fields, related entities of city. What is that making that? Interests. Cities, related. Okay, so is that actually making a relation? Because that's pretty sick if it is. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to be using this every fucking time I do a project from now on. Interests, filters. Fuck it. Give it a shot. Give it a go. I probably could I have edited that? Or can I edit here? Did it do it? I'll be damned. Okay, I don't like how it named it, but is what it is. So like, for instance, now if we go in here and say city and we say like Pittsburgh. Okay, well, I didn't say any level of meta fields, I guess, so that's on me. But you can connect interests, I guess, if this loads. Maybe there's no interest, so it's not loading. Okay. All right, well, that worked. I mean, I could have given it more information. There it is. Garbage in, garbage out. Remember that in AI land. That was garbage. That was mostly garbage that I gave it, so that's on me. Interest. All right, so let's say it's technically like points of interest, but is what it is. So let's do like I don't know, a swimming pool, or maybe like a I don't know, like a club. Say dance club. Dance club. By the way, new Keychron Q3 HE, absolute fire. I love this thing. It is so creamy. So creamy. Pittsburgh. All right, yeah, there's a dance club in Pittsburgh. Let's do, I think it was there's more than one points of interest in a given thing. So let's get out of this. Okay, no, save the shit. I think it's, yeah, all right. Let's go to another city and let's do, can this thing add shit for you as well? I'm sure there's a plugin for that. Okay, just real quick, dance club, boom, done, boom, boom. And maybe like another one, Dallas. And this one is dance club. Okay, nope, click that multiple times. All right, so I just wanted something there. And again, I'm in this Bloxy world, but I don't really want to deal with Bloxy at all. But I'm trying to think, is there an actual way? See, I think the problem, possibly, unless I need to turn something on, is how the hell did smart filters get in here? Did it just add that? That's crazy. It just turned it on when I did that. That's sick. Does this thing have any options that I can turn on in the free version, or is this Is this just Bloxy Companion? What? No way. You ever seen that guy? Okay. Okay. I really don't want to do this. Like heavily don't want to do this. I knew that was going to happen. And I'm not buying it. So we're going to do it a different way. All right. So then this becomes a nightmare extremely quickly. And this is why, like, I'm not saying to not do it this way. I'm not saying to like not use these things, but it's annoying. It just gets annoying. And I mean, maybe there's a lot of people out there that know how to do this, but I don't know how to use Bloxy. So God bless, somebody make a nice tutorial on how to use Bloxy. Now, the first question is, can you do it like it's a block-ish theme, right? So like, can you go in here and create, doesn't look like you can. Doesn't look like it has like, oh my God. It's a little choppy there. It doesn't look like you can. Okay, how do I keep going back to the same thing? Header, footer, sidebar. Does this have like a theme builder? Oh, it does. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a second. Access. I use ACF. The cool thing is with import and export functionality, you can let the AI generate JSON and then import it. Sick. Interestingly, it has static client, website, web page. I converted all the fields into WordPress import, fitting my CBT, and it worked perfectly. That's pretty dope. Curtis, never used Crocobot. This AI tool is turning my head. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would highly recommend it. Yeah, so the Bloxy thing, I just don't know how to do it. It looks like you can kind of do some ish stuff, but I don't. Can you actually like edit? Oh, wait a second. What are we doing here? Is this, what are we editing? This is the blog. Can I go to the single for this? Can I go to it? Title, description. This is just, not my tea. You know what I mean? What I would really love to do is just actually go mess around with something that I partially know it might work and then see how it goes from there. Now, I'm actually going to try something crazy right now. I'm going to try something crazy, okay? So buckle up because I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to go to Crocoblock here. And I have the license for the whole thing, so I could do whatever I want. Obviously, as you saw, it just downloaded random stuff for me. So here's the deal. Way back when, there was this thing called Jet Theme Core. And effectively, before page builders were, all the main page builders were where they're at now, you could take something like this before there was a theme builder. I think Jet Engine must have been one of the first ones to do it. And you can it was the theme builder. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. So if I was stuck in a situation that didn't have like a good theme builder, I would consider this option, assuming it works. I think it will work because I think Jet Engine just lets you build the shit, but I could be wrong. So what you're looking at here is the tree, which I need to build more of these trees because I love this. This is my favorite part. And soon to be the only part that I'm going to be doing on websites. More to come on that. But here we go. So this is like all archives, right? And then this is like the interest single. Now, really, it sounds like the main thing we care about is the city single. So what happens when we do this? Can we build this in the block editor? Because that would be cool. So include city, select. Yeah, this is all the ones that you want. Okay. So this means that we have like our single for our city. Now this is like the actual little theme builder from Crocoblock. How the hell do we create a template? Okay, so then if you had Elementor installed, I think if you had Bricks installed too, like it would show you, you could do that. But this is like circumventing Bloxy because that's the one that, we have, right? So like you can name this. This is like a piece of the template. I'm not seeing, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not seeing a way to actually, in this Bloxy situation that I've never used, create templates. Like I'm not seeing the full site editor. Am I wrong? I could be very, very wrong. I'm just gonna say single city body, and I'm gonna go to the editor. So now what you have is you have your single, like you're gonna be. This is still a nightmare, but this is better. Gives you more control. So like in your single, like let's just, if we could try to do something, you know, simple maybe with like a little heading and just like an H1 of, I don't know. I don't even know actually what we're going to be able to get here. Actually, I don't even want to use, if we're going to use Crock-a-Block, which again, I'm a Crock-a-Block guy, we're not even going to use any of the headings. Like we're just going to use, you know, whatever this lets us kind of like deal with here. So this is going to be our title. So this is going to be hard to understand and hard for me to explain because I'm actually not well versed in this. I know what's going on, but I don't do it that often. So I don't do it this way ever. This is like going to be our single title here, right? I don't know if there's a way to preview the data here, but the idea is like when you go to Pittsburgh, this is going to say Pittsburgh. Like I'm just testing, right? Just to see what this is going to kind of be like. Let's go and just do this. So if we go to post here, we might have to do permalinks too. Let me get out of some of this whack ass shit here. Let me save this. Let me just for funsies go change the permalinks. Yeah, I don't know what I even changed there, so that's fine. Permas, where are you? Get in there. Music's growing on me. Music's growing on me a little. Try again. Heyo, look at that. Looks like shit, but it's doing what it's supposed to do. So then let's see if I can explain this like an educator. What I've done is, again, haven't done this in Blocksy, so I apologize. But I am doing this in Crock-a-Block. And really just with Crock-a-Block too. Like, I mean, like obviously if you didn't have Blocksy, you could do it a different way. I mean, maybe in is Blocksy have a theme builder in their thing? Like a true theme builder? I don't know any of the answers to these questions, so I'm just gonna keep rolling with it. But how I'm doing it here, another way, because there's a million ways to do things, is you install Jet Theme Core from the Jet Engine, you know, library of stuff. And then you can go back to that tree and you can come in here and you can say, all right, I want to build my single. So I build my single, and then you can pick the builder that you build it with. And in this case, we only have the block editor. So you build the body and you can build the heading part, the header part and the footer part. I mean, that's kind of, I think that's kind of silly, but I see why they did it. And you can just do that. And then so you build the pieces and then it shows up and it renders on the page. Now, so that's all we have in there is just Pittsburgh, you know, what have you. But if we go to Dallas, you know, it's going to say Dallas. Great. So now, effectively, even though it looks like shit, what do we need to do next? The next thing we need to do is there are things related to this. So if we just did real shit stuff here, right? So points of interest, whatever. I hate that all the stuff that I do looks like shit because I don't. Blocksy uses customizer. So we can't do, so customizer is limited is what we're saying, I think, right? Let me get out of the permalinks. So let me go back over to our stuff here because we're going to need to add, let's add like another interest thing. So we'll say like a swimming pool. And not every city has a swimming pool. That's a rarity. So I think every city had a dance club, but only certain cities like Chicago have a swimming pool. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but that's our example there. So so now swimming pool is in Chicago and then dance club is in all of them. So what we're expecting to see is if we looked at all three of our pages, it's not going to work yet, but when we open all three of these pages, we're going to see boom, boom, boom. Those are going to be 3 pages. And then if we come over here, this is going to be the tough part. So strap in because I don't really know how to do this. So what we need to do is we need to do effectively a listing grid. And Crock-a-Block is amazing, but it also like kind of encapsulates and makes a bunch of weird magic areas to take a Kevin Geary phrase. There's like you put a listing grid in here, but then you have to go make a listing item to put in the thing. So your mileage is going to vary on what you actually want to do here. But let's just say, for the sake of it, we just want text. So underneath our points of interest thing, right, we would have a list of these different things. And in that is actually, it's like a nested, it's not a nested loop. It's a loop based on like kind of where we're at here, based on a related item. So can we do it? I know we can because Grokablock's amazing. There's two questions though. First of all, how can I navigate this UX of the sidebar here, which my face is in front of? My bad, guys. Sorry. Let me move me over here. Un momento, por favor. That was Spanish. Will it blend? Hang on a sec. It's this one. No, it's this one. No, it's this one. I don't want to just move my face because I'd like to come back to this, but I'll move my face. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. So anywho, there's two ways to do this. The first way is a little bit more, I would say, I don't know if it's old school, but it's like you would in Elementor days and whatever, like you would do it within the actual builder. Better way to do this is to just manage all of your queries outside. Okay. Better way to do this is right here in your query builder section. So like they built these for us, but what we need to do is we need to build like show all related interests on the current city page, which actually is kind of that's kind of a hard query. Like not a lot of things can do that. I mean, maybe the next gen builders can do it pretty easily, but like, you know, from a UI perspective, not a lot of things built that in there. I've actually had a lot of people have this question in my tenure, and there's some videos on my channel about like more like the Elementor side of things, but let's see how we do it in Blockland, even though it's the exact same thing, because Jet Engine just kind of like, again, zooms everything out and then just lets you kind of plop it back in a way. So what we need is we need a listing first. And, you know, for our listing, I'm just going to make it super easy. If we go to listings and components, well, actually, I'm wondering what these even look like. Maybe we just they'll take a C here. What if we'd want interests? That's good enough. Okay. So those are just like stereotypical interests. What you have to understand, there's those listings thing. Those are like your loop items or your cards or whatever. And those are built right over here in listings and components. Now, you didn't see me build that because we used the power of AI and it just made us a little thing. But if you wanted to edit this, you could go here. It's just built right here. And, you know, why don't we just edit it for the heck of it? We'll say like learn more or something. And that's it's set up to take us to the actual permalink of that, right? The single of the interest, which I don't know if you want or not. Maybe you do, but that's what that is. So let's maybe save and refresh this now so we get a better look. Cool. So you see what I mean? That's your like little card thing, is what it is. Cool. All right. So then the next thing is, that's great that we have those, but those are just pulling in, like, it's just like, what is this query, right? Is the question. So this is what I was talking about actually down here. If you can see this, can I zoom? I can zoom. Down here, there's posts query, right? Which is like a simple query thing or whatever. There's a, there's like terms queries, which you could, I wouldn't do this. I'm going to be honest. I would not do this because you're going to do this shit here and then you're going to get like confused. You got to do it like one way or the other. So either always have to do it in here, which is really limiting, or you always use a custom query and you go pick your custom query. Now, just for this, I'll show you. I don't think it's going to change because I think the base query for that is just getting all of the interests. And then like the same thing for, you know, the cities. Those were, again, just built in there. Don't worry about that. The point is that we're on here and we have a listing grid with listing items in here. And we're using a custom query for this. So we've gotten that far. We didn't build the query yet. Very important to know. So now we're going to go over to the query builder right here. This is where the magic happens. Okay. And I don't remember exactly how to do this, so I'm going to have to tinker a little bit. But what are we doing? What are we trying to do here? We're trying to show the related interests on city singles. I mean, you could say it like that, or you could just say whatever. So like, but that's extremely specific. Okay. I like to turn this preview results thing on so I know what's popping up when I do this, but it's kind of in the way right now because I'm zoomed in. So let me zoom out a little bit. All right. So now what do we do? Well, the first step, what are we querying? What do we want to get back? We want posts back. We want terms back. Do we want users back? Like, what do we want? Well, in this case, we do want posts because because interests are posts. All right, easy enough. Post type, what do we want? Well, we want interests. So interests, there we go. You don't always have to do this, but like, publish is good. So I had to update an old Elementor site today. God bless you, Max. I feel bad for you. Hey, 4.0 or whatever though, that's coming out, right? That's great. Mighty Lotan, Mark, you're one of the most handsome WordPress YouTubers. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Can I clip that for a testimonial? I appreciate that. Back to it here. Published, just to be safe, just maybe set as published, right? So we're getting interest, right? Now there's 2 interests in total, right? So that's great, but that's not what we want because we will just show all of the interest every single time. That is not what we want. I think it's actually as easy as going over to post and page and then saying post in, and this is the part where it's like, there's a lot of shit here, man. And I love all of it, but it's like sometimes if you don't remember and you don't document it, you have to click around for just a few hours. So post in, this means like, I'm almost certain that it's like the post is in like the current ID you're related to. Actually, I think it's related. Where's related? Related items. And then the relation is city to interest, and the from object is what to show. So it's city to interest. So from, so it's like, this is the parent typically, and this is the child. I didn't set it up, but I'm assuming they set it up like that. And then from what, and I believe it's the current, is it the current object? I think, I hope this isn't what I remember from a nested query. I have no idea. This isn't really going to help you that much, this thing right here, right now, because we're just previewing based on, I mean, you could put like a link in and kind of preview differently, but let's just give it a try. Actually, we can't give it a try yet, because what we have to do is we have to get rid of this, and we have to come back in here, and we have to refresh this. Refresh. Then we have to come in here. Now remember, we had our listing set to base listing, whatever. And actually, I guess did I not say, what the hell happened here? What happened here? Show related items on singles. Yes. Do we have our, okay, it's definitely there. Let's go back. And, oh, wait, that was the listing. My bad. Down here. Custom. Boom. See what happened there? We have a new query now that we can pick, right? Perfect. Okay. I don't think this worked, but it's set up to work now. Oh, wait a minute. I'm too good at this. I'm like just too damn good at this. Oh my God. I haven't done that in months. That's it. That's it. End the stream. I'm just kidding. I hope you could follow along there. If you have any questions, I believe, do we have the original question asker in the audience? I don't want to identify, but feel free to identify yourself if so. And we could all chime in because this is a group affair. I know it looks like shit. Okay, that's not the point. I'm not a designer. I'm a data architect. So does everyone understand what happened here? Does everyone understand how I bypassed this stuff and made this stuff work because Crock-a-Block is sick? And why, honestly, you should definitely be using Crock-a-Block to extend your workflow if you ever get in a jam. You need to at least have it in your... I am not getting paid to say this. I will get paid if you go to mjs.link/Crock-a-Block and then purchase. I will get paid, and I will appreciate that. But I'm not getting paid to say this just for saying it. I just literally have used it. And actually, the reason I got it was a situation like this, not in the block editor. It was like early Elementor days, and I had the exact same types of issues, and it saved my ass. So, yeah, I'm just eternally grateful. But does everyone understand what happened here? And do we want a deeper explanation or recap of the explanation? Because honestly, it was actually pretty simple. You just got to know what to do. And I'm happy to do it again. Also, I was wondering if there's a good query builder for ACF. I see you're using Jet Engine. See, like, that's the problem, you know? We can install ACF, but the problem is ACF started with just the fields, right? They didn't even have post types. And then they added post types and they added options pages. They're missing the query building part. And the query building part now has to come from the builder most of the time, or all the time, right? Like if you use bricks, it's in there. If you use etch, it's in there like that. If you use Elementor, it's like you're building it like that. If you use like whatever, it's all like you have to use the builder to create the query. I mean, obviously you could do all this through code, okay? Like, let me stop, okay? And let me just reiterate that you could just go code this shit. I mean, you could open ChatGPT and you could be like, hey, just whip this shit up and put it in there. You could do that. And I would, if you're a tinkerer, go do that. But I would just say that is not ideal for most people because they don't want to do it like that. And again, like I said, the individual that asked me this question didn't want to tinker with that. I don't blame you. Because especially, again, if you have, I want to stress again, not getting paid by Crockablock directly to say this. I spent like $800 on this thing, the whole suite, I think, when I got it. And I mean, it has been worth every single penny because I haven't had to tinker with the code shit. I just go and I do what I need to do in the query builder. It's, like I said, it's helped me a lot. So that was not a great answer, Mighty. But I think, well, I mean, it was the answer. Like, I don't think there is another option, you know? I don't think we have any other options with that. I think you have to build it in the builder. And there are, depending on what builder you're using, there's some things to enhance it, I guess, right? But I can't even live my life without this Jet Engine thing. I mean, it makes the whole thing a UI, like every option that you could think of. Okay, what are we doing? I don't want to rerun. We are, this was the ask here. So like cities and places of interests as post types. And then we wanted to have like city singles and put interests, like the related interests on that page, on each one of those singles dynamically. And not in bricks. There was a Bloxy theme, but the individual that asked has Crockablock, but never used it. So I just used Crockablock. Whipped her up. Looks like shit, but it whipped her up in a couple minutes. There you go. Pretty chill vibes. So again, just to reiterate here, we have cities, Dallas, Chicago, and Pittsburgh. These are the singles. And then Dallas has a dance club. Pittsburgh has a dance club. Those are the same, dance club. And then Chicago has a dance club and a swimming pool. Bougie. There you go. This whole live streaming thing is like riding a bike. You just don't forget how to do it. Super easy. Okay, well, I guess I'll use Bricks Query Builder. I mean, it's pretty solid. And I mean, you could just dump your own code in there. What I would recommend is using like ChatGPT or something to just code a complex thing. Just tell it exactly what you want, and then you could just make your own thing in there. ACF is ancient. It still comes from a time when people were building themes in code. Yeah, we're long past those days, boys. We're clicking now. It would be cool to see that, though. I don't know if they would ever actually do that. I mean, it would probably be better to build, like, I feel like an AI engine that's tuned to do this, which, I mean, it's pretty standard, right? I mean, this isn't doing anything extremely special. Jet Engine was just way ahead of their time and just built all this. Does anybody have any other questions for weird shit that I could try to build? Because I finished that way fast. But how long have we been going? I don't see a time around. But I think maybe like half an hour. But yeah, I'm really impressed. Just as another thing, I'm really impressed with this website builder. I wonder if it'll... This is pretty sick, dude. This is actually pretty sick. Again, garbage in, garbage out, but I'm going to start using that a little bit more. I should make some videos on that. Maybe you guys will all go buy Crockablock. Make me a couple Make me a couple shekels. Unfortunately, unless somebody knows the owner of Bloxy and wants to tell them that I'm going to be streaming for maybe like 20 more minutes and wants to give me just like a one site license to try this on, I'm not going to go buy this just for this reason. But is there, if we go over to here, like Bloxy, I misspelled that. So it seems good overall. I've never used it. It seems very put together here and everything. I think the issue here lies right here. I think you need, either one of those. And I have no idea what that does. So I just assume that you need that in order to do anything dynamic heavy. Rob's got a question. Let's see what we got here. How do I add a checkbox to a loop grid where the selected items can be shown as compare selections? I'm going to have to read that one again. How do I add a checkbox to a loop grid? Okay, I'm going to need more context too. What builder and stuff are we using too? To a loop grid where the selected items can be shown as compare selections. Are you talking about... Whoa, wait a second. Is this becoming a Crock-a-Block commercial? Are you talking about like compare, like multiple things? Because I mean, you could probably build that a couple different ways. I feel like I just recommend Crock-a-Block for a lot of different shit. While you are giving me some more context on that, Rob, let me just show you if I'm interpreting correctly, because text is difficult to interpret sometimes. There is like compare and wish list. I'm not saying that you should use this, okay? Like you could actually build this, but I'm just I don't, Yeah, compare. Elementor and compare. Oh boy, are we gonna have to spin up an Elementor here real quick? Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're messing around in Elementor, what would I do? So here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you a story. I tried this once, long ago, many moons ago. I tried this, and you know what I was trying to do? I was in Bricks, and I might have done it. I can't remember if I made a video about it. I might have. Maybe? I don't know. It was like data stores. So data stores, I'm going to get the technology wrong, the actual terminology wrong. Max in the chat can definitely help me. Data stores are like you store it in like your browser storage or your other, or a couple of different other places or whatever. And you can be like you store like effectively that individual post. So somebody could click on that thing and like that's how you store that compare one. So right, let's say you're comparing iPhones. You go like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, whatever, and you want to compare like 14 and 16, you click those and like kind of stores it. You click a button and like kind of does it like that. That's you can use those for different things like data stores, but that's one way. This thing is obviously pre-built, and this is for Elementor. If you have Crock-a-Block, maybe look at this, okay? This might be like, this is what I would call the, let's just get this shit up there, minimum viable product, probably does 90% of the stuff that you need to do, and if not, then you need to charge more money and do something more custom. If you're doing it in Elementor, though, and that's a constraint that you have, I'm trying to think... Let's say I had a CPE and it shows 6 posts in a loop grid. I want the user to select items 1, 2, and 3 and click the compare button to see these. Right, exactly. So that's exactly what I'm looking at here. Obviously, this is just pre-built though. So my first question is, do you have Crock-a-Block? And if you're interested in buying it, mjs.link/Crock-a-Block. I hope that's the link, by the way, because I keep saying that and I don't actually know if that's it. I think it is. But anyway, this would be my thing because like it'll, where's it at? Does it give you a demo? Where's the demo? Go back. Go back. Go back. What the hell? Compare count, compare button, compare. I know there's a demo here somewhere. Yeah, so like boom, boom, boom. This is exactly what you want. I guarantee it. Now, obviously, as everything else in WordPress, you're going to have to deal with some stupid ass limitations, I'm sure, and things potentially not looking right because they built this for like the masses and it's just like it can't be, fit for everybody and perfect. But let's do a quick thought exercise. If you had this, again, it's tough because it's Elementor versus bricks or whatever. But if you had this, let me just do a quick brainstorm here. Feel free to comment in the chat if you guys have any ideas. Let's think Elementor and let's think build a compare functionality. I don't really know if you can. I really think that you need some way, like this part of this is kind of like storing data to a degree. And this is extremely like, I mean, I'm sure you can. Okay, you can't, not like you can't, but like easily, like reasonably easily. This thing is storing individual posts effectively. So then it can reference them in a grid over here, right? And it's doing it, it's not affecting your database. That's definitely stored in your browser or whatever the fuck. It's stored somewhere with you. Because it's not like I could go to this page. Like when you go to compare, like this link right now, you're not going to see the same thing as I am. So that's definitely has something to do with like data stores. Now, if you're in bricks, or I don't know, maybe Etch one day or something, then there's probably some options there. Wait a second though. Bricks has data stores, but does Crockablock have data stores where you could build this without using this plugin? This plugin in the suite. I'm almost certain Jet Engine does have data stores. I'm actually 300% sure. I hope you guys can't hear my washing machine that's outside this thing that my wife just turned on 5 minutes ago. But I appreciate her. She washes clothes, so can't be mad about it. It does have data stores. All right, so the answer to everyone's problems is Crockablock. I didn't plan on this being a Crockablock infomercial, but it is. Let me go back to the chat here. Sorry, maybe annoying question, but is Jet Engine good at grabbing values from a relational field in a repeater, like that relational post types custom fields? I need a little bit more context on that, but I think the answer is probably yes. And if we have an example, I'm happy to try it. I have Jet Filter, sure I can buy it. Easy peasy, if it works as loop grid. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a grid, right? That's what you want. mjs.link/Crockablock. I'm just going to go get the link at this point. I'm just going to go get the link. And if you guys want to be nice and you're going to buy something, then I would appreciate it. No obligation, okay? None at all, but I'm dropping it in the chat. There you go. Thank you in advance. But yeah, so that one was the compare and wish list. And I mean, yeah, like you'd build this, which I'm almost certain this is probably built out of there. I don't know if this is a separate widget or this is just a listing grid. And then these are little buttons. Fuck, why don't I just do it for you? I could just turn it on. I have it. It's right here. This is fun. I don't know if I could, yeah, the weekly live streams, they were kind of taking it out on me. I had to like kind of reset. But, you know, we are back. Well, I mean, this isn't going to actually show you exactly because you're on Elementor. And I guess, can you even loop shit in the free version of Elementor? Should we just install every plugin known to man on this thing? It's only available in Elementor too. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, some of their stuff they didn't do for Bricks and Gutenberg. Just Elementor was the main one. What's gonna happen when I do this? Might break everything. Absolutely not. Just get me out of here. 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 All right, now we got a lot of shit going on, boys. Yeah, this is gonna be gnarly. But just so you kind of get an idea, just for funsies, we'll call this one Mighty. Was it Mighty or was it Rob? My bad, Rob. My bad, Rob and Mighty. That's on me. Hopefully you forgive me. Page called Rob. I'm actually really curious. I don't remember how this operates, so happy to oblige. Let's see how fast it works. It's working pretty slow right now. That sucks. Is that because... Is that a Bloxy problem? I'm sure it is. Can you use Elementor with like any theme? I mean, probably not Bloxy, but can you use it with like the... I never used Elementor with anything else. I used Elementor with Astra at the very beginning. I don't know if this is gonna work either. And then I used Hello with Elementor when that came out. I'm that old. What the? I actually have no idea why that's working. Oh shit. Oh shit, dude. We might have an issue. That's not good. Oh, that's wishlist though. I think that's gonna be a wishlist. No, that's not good. No, that's not good. I'm invested in this example now. Keep your questions coming, but I'm gonna look at this for a second. Does it have to be? Shit. Does this have to be? Do these have to be products? Because that would fucking suck. For real though? I think it has to be products, because why would you have to install WooCommerce? And also, why am I not able to like turn anything on? What is happening here? Did I not? What is going on? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Hello. How are you? Stupid common Elementor problem. I feel that. All right, where are we going now? I mean, I have way too many tabs open. Way too many tabs open. All right, do we get the... Hopefully we got the first question answered there. Let's try it again. Let me just try a new page. We'll just try a completely new page. New. Probably could be a little more descriptive with the page titling, but is what it is. Holy fuck. I've had this happen before, but I don't remember why. Shall we learn more? Templates, theme builder. Yeah, but it's just a regular page, bro. It's just a regular page, bro. I mean, all right, I got one more idea, and then I might be SOL on the Elementor on this one. I got one more thought, and it's perhaps something with a theme builder. You need to add PHP the content. What the what? What are we adding? Well, that's not even a single though. That's a page. Real quickly. Theme builder. Oh, you have to do all this shit. Okay, let's not do that then. Let's just do this. Let's go. Losing my mind. Let's go update on this. Let's get rid of this. Oh, didn't mean, nope. Just that. That's good. It's enough slices. All right. And behind door number 1. I am a genius. Okay. All right. So, hello, Elementor, my old friend. I only was in here for one reason. And that's not ideal. So I'm gonna look at this for you. Oh, this is not where we want to be. Plugins, add a plugin. All right, I'll do it. What? Where the fuck is this taking me? Okay. Thank you. That was slightly unnecessary. But I appreciate the new tab. Guys, it is like, oh, it's like 80 degrees in the studio. Got these lights on me. This is absurd. Activate. Yeah, I don't care about that. Music. We're coming back to that in a second. Get rid of all this shit. Refresh. We're buzzing. We're buzzing. We're buzzing. Come on. Come on. How about compare now? Okay. Killing me. Absolutely killing me. I can't remember how to do this. I'm worried for you. I'm worried for you because I think that's for, I really do think this is just obnoxious, all the shit that starts popping up when you download this shit. I'm really worried because I think that might just be for WooCommerce, and I don't want you to download that if that's the case. Get out of here. It couldn't be a pro thing there. Those are the WooCommerce ones. Woo Data. What is that? Okay. Jesus. Filters. No. Listing. I mean, is it a list? Is it listing grid and then you just add the thing? No, that doesn't make any sense. Dude, this sucks. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look, you can have little wrapper tags now. That's fun. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let me come back to that for a second. Lockdown for fun. That's funny. Big fail? God damn. What were we querying or what were we prompting? Dude, where the hell is this wish list thing? Croco compare be used with okay, well that would be great if I could find out where it's at. I can't even remember how to do this. Is it? I don't think you have to turn it on. I mean, it just has so much shit. Like, it's so much stuff that like is like in here, and then you wait a minute. No. Dude, what the fuck? Croco compare. Croco. All right. Where's that? Should we go watch a YouTube video? All I need to know is where it's at. I'm just like super confused. Yeah, it's right there. What the fuck, man? I know I've seen it before. I've used it like a long time ago. I'm sweating. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Is it not turned on or something? This sucks, dude. Oh, fuck me. All right. Nice. All right. Well, you got to turn it on for some reason. Gotta always go to the settings. All right. So this is what I was talking about, the store type. So it uses like a session or it uses cookies. So that's really important, you know, like what you want to do there. Session, I think, is shorter, obviously, than a cookie. Can you set the cookie duration? I don't know. Save the list for logged users. That's interesting if you want to do that. Compare page. You got to pick a compare page. We're going to say new and count products to compare. So like 2. Wow, that's silly. All right, I guess, whatever. How many you want? Hopefully no more than 4. And then you can't add. Okay, and then add default. Yeah, whatever. Okay. All right, so let's see what happens now. This is technically the compare page, so that's kind of problematic in a way. But I don't know what is the. Yeah, Elementor and I didn't want to activate, so probably would have broken the site, and I didn't have the time for the. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Let's get out of that. Let's just do another one. And what do we have now? Compare Maybe is this our compare? I believe that. Yeah. Remove. Do no comparison lists. Add products to comparison. Shit. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see if we can go out like this. Okay, new. And then if we go over to, let's duplicate this. I should have named these better. Sincerest apologies. If Rob is we're going to say Rob is like your store, and then new is like the compare. So I'm going to pray to God that this works, but I'm not confident. Fuck. Is it literally like products? Oh, you can't even get products with the and I don't want to add my thing, but, compare count button. Okay. Man, this is cucky. Compare. It's French. Product ID not found. How does it do this? Really quite worried. I mean, I'm assuming, Rob, you're using Elementor Pro. One would have to assume. I feel like I could have sworn that this had to be products. Oh, and if it's products, not ideal. Not ideal. What up, Sanan? We're just doing some fun stuff right now. We're trying to. Rob's got a question here. We're doing some little compare thing. So I was just showing him this because he's an Elementor. So compare widget, part of the Jet compare wish list. But I'm wondering if this is just products or if you could do CPTs here. I don't know if that's a listing grid. Why don't we look at it? You guys love code. Let me dock it for you. Let me dock it for you. And my head's in the way. God damn it. Well, this is a rat's nest. I think it's like Jet Woo products. Oh my God. Jet Woo products, Woo builder. Okay. So if we wanted to do this, then we would go, what is Woo data? I think we've already been here. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah. I'll just create 3 query and 3 filter for each and let people compare whatever they want. 3 query and 3 filter. Yeah, you know, I think similar might be possible. Element didn't touch element. Yeah, not ideal. Well, here's the other thing though, is there's another way. And it's build it custom, but not really. And it's like you go to Jet Engine. And I don't know what Elementor has support for in this though. So data stores. So I would watch this data stores video. Now this is, again, the problem. If you don't have Crockablock, mjs.link/Crockablock, then that's an issue. But let me just kind of show you maybe a little bit because it's all supported in all of them. And I'm kind of interested. Your first option, Rob, is to figure out how this works, but I can't remember. I don't know exactly what you have to put here, and I don't have Elementor Pro currently enabled, but fuck it. Everybody has Elementor Pro that uses Elementor, right? So let me just go do that real quick. Why not? Why not? Why not? You know? Why not? Can I just connect my damn account, please? License. I'm already an Elementor Pro user. but I guess I have to download this thing real quick. I know we're off camera. Just give me 2 minutes while I do this. While I sign in, download Elementor. Oh, 2-factor. Kill me. All right. Don't want somebody breaking in my Elementor account. That would suck. You know what I mean? The world would end. Have I mentioned how creamy this new keyboard is? The cream. Hall effect switches. Linear. Keychron. Q3. HE. All right. All I need here, boys, is the download. Just give me the download. What's everybody's Elementor license like? Mine is expert. I bought unlimited. No longer have unlimited. It's only 1,000. But I do have a nice deal still. All right, we are uploading. Hang on. Stay with me. Stay with me now. Uploading Elementor Pro. Christ, at this rate, this InstaWP site is going to expire. It's only good for 48 hours. Just kidding. I'm having fun. I'm really enjoying being back in the live chair. We are doing another live stream with Andrew Palmer on Monday. Mark your calendar, 1 p.m. Eastern. Talking about all sorts of cool stuff. Some Adorim things. All that jazz. Okay. We are back. Thank you. All right, we got Elementor Pro. Let's see what the hell's going on. Let me go over here. Let me just see this real quick. Oh, Jesus. Publish. So, new was our compare thing. I think that's the right widget to have there. I think compare. Gotta be. It's gotta be. Oh, it's gotta be. Yeah. So compare is the widget that you want on your compare page, but it says products, so I'm super concerned, and I still don't know the right thing to do here. Do you really have to get Jet Woo Builder for this too? There's no way. There's no way, bro. Actually, I genuinely don't know which widget it is for this, because it said like Jet, and it was like Woo. Products, add to cart, product. Okay, we're like 80% of the way there, man. Like, Rob, if that works for you, that works for you. Just, you need to figure out which one that is. I don't know how to set this part up. I don't know which widget this is, and I even inspected it, and I'm not exactly sure. It looks like Jet Woo Builder, but that's concerning, because why do you need that? Because that would be a shitty move, I feel like. Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, all right, give me 1 more second. You know what I mean? Store coming soon. Sick. Give me 1 more second. Let me try it. I like you guys. You guys are great. So I'm gonna try it for you. Let's just, every plugin on the face of the earth, we're just gonna install. That's what we're gonna do. All right, 1 more try here. I'm gonna go Jet Woo Builder. I don't Jet product. Yeah, that's not it. I honestly don't think you need this. I think it's just WooCommerce. It said WooCommerce. You needed WooCommerce, and I don't know how to get that widget in there. I don't know which widget that is. Wish list. No. Compare. Yeah, it's got to be something else, unless it just pops up on your products. But like, I didn't see any switches. I didn't see any stuff. I did not see any stuff. Oh, where's the damn Woo Builder? Oh, God. Yeah, I don't think this is it. I don't think that's it. Keyboard model? Yeah, Keychron Q3 HE. Product listing grid, I guess. Rob, is that right? What is minimalist? What the fuck? I don't have any products, but this is just whack. Can we try a different way? Can we try a different way? Let's try a different way real quick. Just for fun, even though this isn't going to be a minute, this is going to be several minutes. All right. Can we just, let's do this. All right. So Rob, apologies I didn't get all the way through that one, but here's the deal. The deal is this will probably work, assuming you can guarantee that it's not, is it a CPT? I'm gonna assume it's not products, it's a CPT. Assuming you can put CPTs in this bitch, then that'll work, okay? Like minimum viable. You do one page with your gallery or whatever, and then you do the compare page, and then you put the compare widget on there, and then you can do a couple of different things, and it'll ultimately, look okay. It'll look like, whatever this is, right? So 2 products and compare, and you come over here and it looks like this, and you can change all these different things. There's that, they spelled description wrong. There's all of this right here. So like you could change all of these, right? So where it says description, right? You can't see the fucking drop down. Damn it. There's like remove button, title, thumbnail, price, rating, add to cart, description, short description. These all look like products. Oh, there's a custom field one though. But these all look like products. I'm going to assume, my brother, that you can't use this for CPTs, which would make sense because back then when they built this, why would you wanted to do that, I guess? I don't know. Here's what we're going to do real quick. We are going to try to architect, just guess, data store way to do this because that's what they're doing. We're just going to do it, not with what that is. So there's the answer to that. Half answer to that. Half, whatever. Here's what we're going to do. Let's get rid of all this stuff, and this will probably be the last one unless we have any more questions because I got to go. I think I smell bacon, and I'm hungry. So I think my wife's cooking some bacon. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go add a page, and we're going to go, what are these? In this case, I already have cities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say cities, which I would never do this. I would put this on an archive, but that's not the point. So I'm going to do cities. And again, unfortunately, some of this might have to be done with Jet Engine, but I'll try to do it with Elementor, but I don't think it's going to work. And then I'm going to go to add another page. And then I'm going to say compare cities, or we'll say like city comparison or something like that. Okay. So in my example, we're trying to pick a city to live in, and there's some city data, and we're going to do whatever. So let's just do it like this. Rob, I guess are you using, in your example, are you literally using like the loop item and the loop grid? Yeah. Right. I would have to assume. Back here, I will grab this, but when I log in my Croco account, I lose the referral code and message Croco as well, and may grab Jet Engine. I'm making shit. I appreciate you trying to use the referral code. Yeah, I mean it's obviously cheaper if you grab the whole thing. I'm not telling you what to do though, because it matters if you're actually going to use it. Don't buy stuff you're not going to use. But let me just try this. Let me just try this real quick. I have I don't want to do it like this, but I'm assuming you're using loop grids. This is rough. I think the problem we're going to have here is the querying on these loop grids is extremely rough. But in this case, I don't think it's possible. What I want to do, I don't think is possible. So with your permission, Rob, may I try this with Jet Engine? I'm honestly gonna do it anyway because I don't think it's possible there. We're gonna try to rip through one real quick with Jet Engine, just so you kind of get the idea. Hopefully, I'm teaching somebody something here. Okay, here's what we're doing. We're gonna create that same thing that is abstracted behind a plugin. We're gonna create that using really just Jet Engine mainly. Because Jet Engine's cool like that. So in this example, we're going to have cities. This is going to be a listing grid and listing items of cities, and it's going to look like shit because I don't design anything that I do. I just show you how to do this stuff, and you can fill in the blanks. We're going to go like listing grid, Okay. And listing is going to be city, base listing for city, whatever. Okay. And then we're going to need to go change this listing item, but now we have cities. Okay. So more or less, this is what we got. Okie dokie here. Let's go like this. No, let's go. Jesus. Let me go here, and just go here. I always like having my stuff where I can just tab over to it, kind of. Okay. So ultimately, this is, what you would have. You'd have a grid. Forget this read more shit. That's just like going to whatever it is. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to go back out to our listing items, and we'll just change this base one for the city. Oh, Jesus. This is dumb because you wouldn't have to do this here. But, what if we click edit with Elementor? What does that do? Is it just going to be blank? Probably will be blank, right? Yeah, whatever. Fine. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to say a heading. It's fine. Heading. Beautiful. Get rid of this shit. I don't really think I need to do that, but I always do. Title. Okay, whatever. All right, lovely. So title. Now, next thing is data. Data store button. Hell yeah. All right, so we need to go create a data store. You with me? Are you with me, Cram It? That's from like a music. That's from a song. Okay, so name. So what are we doing here? We're going to say, you can name this whatever you want, but I'm going to say compare, we'll say like cities to compare or something. I don't really know the best way to name this, but it doesn't matter at all. Cities to compare, cool, whatever. Storage, I'm going to go in just session, and we're going to say max size, the max items allowed to store. This would probably be where you put your number that you want, the max number of things you want to compare. So like, let's say 3, and then check this if you want to count how many times each item was added into the store. I don't think you need that because I think you only want it to do it once. Yeah. It's not user IDs, and store item on view works with post related stores. Add post in the store on visit to the single page. No, but that is how you build a browsing history, which is sick. And I tried to do once, and I could try to do it again if you're interested. So cities to compare. Okay. What is a data store? It's storage of data, like posts and shit. And it's like in the browser, in the, session or the cookies or whatever. Yeah. It'll make sense in a second. All right, so now we have to refresh this. Just got jet engine in the compare. Fuck it, love that. Love that. Love that. Okay, where am I going? Jet engine. Okay, so here, and then so we need to say compare. Okay, what happened? Where'd my thing? Okay, so this is going to be our city, right? Our city name, and this is going to be add to store. So we'll say like add to compare is really what we actually want to say, right? And then reload listing grid on success. Yeah, we could say that. You need to... Yeah, I think we want to do that. And then remove. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Still with me? Refresh. Change is happening. Why is that still there like that? I don't know. I don't know why that read more is still there. Did it get confused? Might be confused, but let's try. Add to compare. It's not working. It's broken. Why is it still doing that weird maybe we go to it's like merging both of the things for some reason. Oh dearie. Let's go here. Let's go back to the WordPress editor, I guess, and then delete all this shit. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Let me copy that just in case it decides to screw me, which it probably will. All right, so I don't know what happened there. I think if you create a thing once in like the block editor and then you go to create an Elementor, you know, sometimes it gets confused, I guess. I don't know. That's not ideal. Okay. So cities, now we refresh this one maybe and we can fix it. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Holy shit. Please work. Dude, why is it so confused? All right, let's just try a different way. Let's try posts, and let's try city, and let's try city LI. That looks like II. What the? Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Fine. That's fine. Okay, so then we're gonna go back to data store. Forget all that. That was just stupid stuff that you probably won't have to deal with. All right, so then we go into data store. Now let's select this again to compare. Add to compare. Okay, come on. There we go. I think that's good. Add, please, for the love of God. Thank you. Lovely. Okay. So what that did was added Dallas to compare. Okay. Added Chicago to compare. Right? Now, it's reloading. Action after an item is added to the store. Remove from compare. Forgot that part. Lovely. Okay. Everyone following along? Ask questions if you don't know. Okay. Do we see what's happening? When it says remove, it's because it's in the storage. If I remove it, it's out of the storage. We following so far? These are individual cities in this case, and we want to compare where we're going to live, right? All right. So now the question is, all right, that's great, Mark. Well, what are we doing next? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. The next thing is we're going to have, I mean, you could probably do this many different ways, but I'm just going to have a button. And how the hell is this a section? Oh, this is in the thing. Oh, goddamn. Publish. Sorry about that. We're still in the listing item. We don't need to be in the listing item anymore. All right. New thing down here. Okay. They should really fix that. Why was that a section? I thought it should all be containers by default. Now this is brand new. All right. So compare. And then I'm pretty sure all you have to do here is just send them to compare, like city comparison. Now you could do some weird shit to like make sure that this only pops up when, you know, you have stuff in the thing or whatever, but concept here is compare. Okay, right? So add. So we want to compare Dallas and Chicago. We got to compare cities. Nothing here. Why is there nothing here? It's because we didn't do shit here yet. Okay. So if we go here and we say edit with Elementor. Same thing would work in Bricks, by the way. I mean, like it's a similar concept. Like we're storing data and now we're gonna go grab the data. All right, so now we're over here. So we're gonna go listing grid. Okay. And we're gonna say we'll do a new listing item, we'll do posts, we'll do city, compare LI, something like that, okay? And yeah, I got it. And for this one, we'll say like this, and then we'll say, you know, I mean, realistically, if you want it to look like a grid, you're gonna have to do some formatting, but I hope you'll allow me to just make this easy for this sake of this. The concept is you would go down to, do we have any other shit in here? No, but you could do like all sorts of stuff. Like you could like put relationships or Fu1 or whatever. Let me do Crock-a-Block. Let me do post types. And let me do city. Let me just, for the funsies, let's just do like population. Okay, and number. Great. You're going to have to extrapolate some of this data out for yourself, but let's do like Dallas has like, you know, Dallas got 12 people in there. It's kind of barren. Maybe there's like some sort of catastrophic event. Okay, dude, I saved it. Come on. And then Chicago and Pittsburgh. 123 sounds good. And just 2 in Pittsburgh. Just me and my wife. Okay. So then what this means is that if we come back over to our thingy here, you know, our comparison, so let's publish this real quick and refresh this just to make sure that all the data comes in, because we did create a field, so that's an issue most of the time. It has to take its grand old time to bring that into the DB here. Okay, text editor again is fine, and we're gonna come down here and we're gonna say, can't remember how it works over here. Is it just jet engine, custom field? Yeah, population, lovely, boom. Okay. So now you're asking, okay, Mark, why on the city comparison are we seeing all of these things? Pop quiz, how do we fix that? How do we fix this? I know, again, it looks like shit. That's not the point. The point is that what we want here is we want to show this stuff, right? You could format this into a grid and just show it like this, like line by line or whatever. You could have like a thing off to the left that whatever, you could do whatever you want there. What you need is you need to query just the ones in the data store. Okay? So it automatically, dynamically for each user shows the shit that's in their data store. Right? So like now we're just about good to go. I need to get out of this. I want to just have the certain things that we need to open. Let me go to get out of this. I don't need that. Let me go to cities. All right. So we got cities and we have city comparison. And then over here, we have to come back to the city comparison for a second. What do we need to do here? We have a listing grid and we need to change this. We need to change the query of this listing grid to only show the things in the current data store. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete those ones out of there. So there's nothing in the data store right now. There's nothing in my browser. All right. So I'm going to come over to I'm going to get out of all this shit. Where do we go when we want to create a beautiful, powerful query? Anyone? Jet engine query builder. Okay. Add a new query. What's the query? Get cities in data storage. We'll just say like from data stores. Okay, add the query. Awesome. What are we querying? We're querying posts. What types of shit are we querying? We're querying cities. Did I say city up there? Yeah. And I can't remember how to do it. So let's just say published. That's probably not going to be a problem. How do we do it? It's within data store. I could honestly probably have AI do this for me, but meta query, is it a posting page? So you see this drop down? Yeah. Okay. So data store, get store count. So you can see how many, get store cities. It might be as simple as that, but I'm not sure if that's the right place to put that in. Maybe. Let's try. But the point is that this is a custom query to get the cities that are in the store currently, the data store. So let's see if that worked. I don't know if it worked. So just to refresh, there should be nothing here. Oh, never mind. Well, no, there's still something there because I didn't set up the query. I set the query and I didn't actually say that I wanted to use that query. Like a noob. Always forgetting. Come on. And this is why you can't really do this in Elementor, is because like Elementor is not going to have anything close to that by way of like query capability. So over here, get cities from data store. Cool. No data found. That is what we want to see. We don't want anything here right now because we don't have anything on our data store. So the $1 million question is, if I add Dallas and if I add Chicago to my data store, and then I would click this compare city, but ultimately it takes me over here. I'm so good at this. This part, not the designing, not the designing. If you take Chicago out and then you go Dallas and Pittsburgh. Come on, man. Come on. Just built that. That's custom. You can do whatever you want with that. Fuck. I impress myself sometimes. I don't know where this came from. But yeah. So that's that. I don't know if that makes any sense, Rob, but that's how you do that in my book. If you want to do a custom. Yeah, custom, quote unquote. So data stores, that's the big thing. And yeah, you can even compare them all. There you go. Obviously, you can do more stuff. You could, delete them from the store here, whatever you want to do, and format it a lot better. But that's it. That's it, Fort Pitt. Now, just to recap on that part, if you wanted to do that way that I just showed you, you actually don't need the compare thing. Because I think the compare thing is very predefined. I know it's predefined. I know it's very predefined, and I think it's just products, but I could be wrong. So let me know. This has been a fun stream. I have to go eat some bacon, but this has been a fun stream. I'm happy that I did it. Makes sense. I'm gonna try it with a loop grid first to see what that blows up. Yeah, I think if you try with the loop grid, you're probably not gonna be able to do that data store stuff or the querying properly. But I would try it with that other thing first to see if it's really simple and get you where you need to be. But these are the types of things where it's like you get to somewhere, you do that thing with the what's it called, the compare widget, and then your client says, "Oh, can we do this one random thing that nobody would ever want in their life, but I want it." And then you're like, man, should build this custom. That's all I got, guys. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you for all the questions. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I need to go make some comparison stuff on my website just so I can play around with that. You know what? I'm proud of Elementor today. I really am. I mean, I'm proud of myself too, but I'm proud of Elementor. Did a nice job with some of that. I was surprised. I'm really proud of Jet Engine, obviously, but yeah. mjs.link/crockablock if you want it. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Stream on Monday. Stay tuned. I'll promote it. Should be a good one with Andrew Palmer. Let me know if you guys want to do more stuff. If you send me things, if you send me ideas, which I have a couple more in the bank. If you send me ideas, I will either make videos or live streams about them.